for the kids.
You're now listening to the smooth sounds of Rick and Thaddeus music.
Keep dreaming, baby. Never give up. All things are possible.
And thank you guys for coming back and chilling with me again. This is my first show of the new year, man. So happy New Year's to everybody out there. Hope everybody's dreams and aspirations come true. Everything you want to do this year, man, just go ahead and do it, because that's what I'm doing. Just trying to make sure that I'm pursuing dreams and I'm surrounded around people that's actually doing their dreams and actually doing things. So it's very motivating for me. So it got me motivated to try to do mine, man. So you guys go ahead and do yours too, man. You know, why not? So today we're gonna bring in, I think, what's gonna be a regular segment, which is gonna be album reviews. So every time I have an opportunity to purchase an album, what I'll do is I'm gonna give it a good listen, and then I'll come back and I'll do a show. We'll cook something real good, and I'll give it my opinion of that artist's album. I had a taste for some pizza, man, but I didn't really want to go get one from the big chains, and at the same time, I didn't want to get one that was frozen, man. So I was like, you know, I'll go ahead and cook a homemade pizza. Something I ain't did in a while, but my mom used to do those too. And I remember when she did those. Those were always treats for us too, man. So today we're gonna do quick fast pizza, man. But one thing about this pizza, since I'm making it at home, I get an opportunity to put one of my favorite ingredients in it, which is pepperoni. And I told you guys a while back that I had been trying to get off the pork thing, so I decided to stop eating pork. So one of the things I did miss though out of that whole thing, one was bacon, of course. Who doesn't want bacon? But yeah, it ain't good for you. And the other one was pepperoni pizza. So now, since I'm making it at home, I get an opportunity to put turkey pepperoni on my pizza. And nobody out there offers a pizza that has turkey pepperoni on it. So, might give me an opportunity to put something else on my menu. You never know. So first, since I'm going to do album reviews, it's a whole bunch of, I can easily go give y'all anything off my list that I gave y'all in a couple episodes ago about my top 20, my top 10 albums of the year. I can give those reviews, and those reviews probably will come. But I think it's justified that I give an opportunity to give my album, Lazarus, a proper review. From me, the artist himself, but from the perspective of a fan or a potential fan. So what I'm gonna end up doing is giving you guys my reasons for the reason why I wrote the album, I wrote the songs. I'll break everything down and let you guys know the whole reason behind the song, down to the title and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you my first 3 or 4 breakdowns of my list of songs, and then we'll go from there. And then if you guys agree, then you go ahead and leave your comments down below, and then we'll talk. And if not, then we'll talk about that too. All right, man. So all I really got to do for the pizza is get the meat brown. And then of course my oven has to be preheated, so I'm ready to get that set up, and then I'll come back and start this.
I know somehow, some way, we gon' make it. I don't care what them people say. As soon as I open my eyes, I realize that ain't nothing given to make my music, man. That's why I'm spitting. No, I gotta go and push on. I put my life on another song. No time for waiting, gotta right my wrong. They say that when it rain, it pour, and I swear that don't nobody know. To chase a dream without a finish line, I'm hearing all them things in my mind.
So I went ahead and browned the beef that I'm going to use on the pizza. So I went ahead and got that browned, and it's kind of sitting over here, seasoning it up a little bit, let it brown. Right now, I'm kind of letting my oven preheat, good 450, I think, for these kind of crusts I got. I think 450 gonna get them to where I need them to be. To where I don't want no really doughy crust, so I want to make sure that it's crispy enough to make it be a nice pizza. So that's one of the advantages of making it at home. You can make the crust the way you want to. So yeah, I'm gonna make it right by 450, and I think once it preheats to 450, then we'll start constructing the pizza. So yeah, so we'll go ahead and continue today's topic. We're gonna get into the title of my album. So this is the review of my album, Lazarus. Lazarus is the name of the album. Lazarus, if you're not familiar with the name, is a character, if that's the right word, out of the Bible that was resurrected by Jesus, that's the story of him. So I've been through a lot of things in my life. So the things I went through in my life, at some point, I felt like I was, you know, I guess if you want to say, I didn't think I was going to be able to live the life that I wanted to live. So I was going to be able to do what I wanted to do. So I was metaphorically dead, I guess, in my vision at some points in my life. So for me to be able to finally put together an album, which has been my dream for I don't know how long, maybe 15, 16 years old, and to come from where I come from in life when it comes to like that spot I'm talking about, I felt like, and I knew for a fact that it was God that saved me in that situation. So when I had an opportunity to name my album, I knew what it had to be. I related so much to that story in the Bible that I felt like God truly resurrected me, because I felt like my life was over with. And so that's why I named the album Lazarus. So going into the album, the first song on the album is Forever Shining. Now, Forever Shining is a song about me wanting to be able to do music, because I always wanted to do music. And at the same time, the story in there is a lot to do with my mom and the sacrifices that she made for trying to support the dream of someone that's just got not a regular dream like a doctor or a lawyer. It was, you know, it was more like a rap artist, and that's a far out there dream for. I can imagine trying to support a child's dream that's that far out there. So I dedicated this particular song to my mom. So there's some verses in there about her too. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead, make sure that my beef and everything cool. And I figured what I'll do is give you guys like a quick little snippet of that particular song. So what I'll do is I'll let you guys go ahead and hear maybe about 30 seconds of the song, and then we'll come back and we'll go to track number 2.
Sometimes I wonder what is next for me. Will I see my destiny? Reminded of them crimes. Sometimes it gets the best of me. Sometimes I cry. I gotta let my soul scream. Sometimes you let your well run dry. Get rid of old things. A lot of times it seems it wasn't meant to be. I'm drowning in confusion and self-inflicted misery. I'm tired of losing. Somebody switched the referee. The thought I never make it. Sometimes it takes the breath from me. What do you mean? All of this for nothing. All them hard times, sleeping on floors, and all the suffering, them days without a meal, just a soda and chips.
And again, that's on my album Lazarus. You can find that album online. It's free. I just go ahead and I made the song. It's my first album ever. I mean, it's been such a dream of mine that I made sure that I wanted everybody to hear it. And I didn't want to charge somebody for the music. It wasn't about the money. I just wanted people to hear the music, give me a fair shot. So it's free. I'll go ahead and put the description where it can be found on SoundCloud. Of course, it's under King Gaddy on SoundCloud, but I'll put it in the description if you need it as well. So yeah, so that's my first song, Forever Shining. Pretty good song to me. Actually, to be honest, I wasn't going to choose that song to be my intro or even make the album. So there was a friend of mine that had just got released from prison, and he came home, and I was so excited to give him an opportunity to hear the album before anybody heard it. And I asked him about that song, and he was like, you know, he liked it, because I was like, man, I don't think I want to use this song. I'm going to use another song. But he liked it, so hey, it's on the song because of him. So if y'all don't like that song, it's because of him. But now, shout out to my homie, man. Appreciate the motivation at the time, man. Straight up. Yeah. So we're moving into song number 2. Right now, dealing with my pizza. The oven is still doing what it's doing. It's 450, so it takes a preheat 450. It depends on your oven. It can take a minute, man. So I'm gonna knock it out about half of my album with you guys today. Then I'm gonna do a part 2 9 times out of 10, because I ain't gonna drag you guys too long, man. But I do want y'all to hear at least an opportunity to hear it from the artist's mouth himself about why I'm reviewing my first album. So here I am. So yeah. So song number 2, Dead Presidents. Of course, that is a ode or a nod at Jay-Z. He did Dead Presidents as one of his first songs when he first started his career. So yeah, the song has been dear to me. Maybe the first song I heard made me a fan. So yeah, then J. Cole did it on his mixtapes, and he redid it. And you know, he made it seem like it was a thing to try to replicate or make that song. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Because I'm a fan of them both. So I jumped in and gave myself a stab. I found the guy that made that beat. He kind of remade the beat. It wasn't the exact Dead President's beat, but it mixed my flavor, which was South and J, because it gives you the 808s and it gives you the, you know, of course you hear the strings in the back and the piano in the back. That's definitely the rip from Dead President. So he blended them, man, and I heard it and I had to do it. So yeah, so again, number 2, Dead Presidents. Now Dead Presidents from Jay-Z is, of course, is a big flossy song, and he got big things and he's doing big things. So for me to replicate it, I can't do that because I ain't doing such big things as Jay-Z at the time. So I started the song out with telling people that pretty much the whole song is just a vision of what I would do if I was rich and famous. So yeah, so I'll let you guys go ahead and check that out too, man. Again, this is King King, this is Dead Presidents, man. I am going to make sure that my pepperoni and my cheeses and everything over here set up. I got my pizza sauce set up, they're ready to go. Man, everything is just cool, man. So right now I'm gonna handle that. I'm gonna drink some more of this Pinot, man. I'll be right back. Thank you guys for checking out.
Visions of big money and fast cars. Titties popping out bras, buying the bar, light a cigar, cause I'm a superstar. Me and my crew smiling. You see us switching through lanes, running through lanes, hopping on planes to different islands. Big chains around my neck and wrist. Whoever thought we see this, I see it clearly like the diamonds in my necklace. I'm living reckless. I'm headed straight for my dreams and the cream. And my hustle, I'm perfecting this. Who wanna knock it, try me, never could buy me. I'm a made man with a made plan, counting dough in the lobby. Hopping out sixes, killing chauffeurs and loafers with the greenery, changing my scenery with a vixen chilling. I was born to get this paper, thumbing through hundreds, cash in abundance.
Dead Presidents, yeah, buddies, yeah, Dead Presidents. Y'all just heard Dead Presidents. That's one of my favorite songs on the album, man. I love it. I'm a big Jay-Z fan, so being able to try to rap over his beat and try to come even a little bit close to what he did to that song, and even J. Cole, man, it was a big deal for me, man. So I did love and enjoy doing that song, man. So yeah, let's check that out more, of course, on the album. Yeah, so yeah, next we're gonna have to go to song number 3. Now song number 3 is going to be Black Holocaust. Song number 3, I start getting a little deep, and that's technically what the album is about. The album, again, is designed to let you know my appreciation for my situation I was in and how thankful I was, and kind of just sharing my life story with you guys. So again, if you can learn something from it, then my journey was done here. But yeah, man. So go ahead and I did Black Holocaust because you know we as a people been dealing with, you know, the whole police brutality and drug epidemics, and they locking up our leaders, and they, you know, all the things that's in the world that just seem like it's kind of designed for melanated people to be taken advantage of, and at the end of and kind of at the end of the day, kind of blamed for their own ignorance. And yeah, so that's been going on forever. Since the boat, since they tried to convince us getting on those boats were cool for the ones that came over on the boats. But same time, I decided to go. I've been my ear to the street, and I'm not a real political guy, but I do listen to things that affect my people, and they affect me too as a person, man. So what I try to do is I put it in music. So when I did Black Holocaust, it was more about you know, the fact that they consider that we killing each other all day, every day. And some of those and some of that is true, but nobody really considers the reasons why. So my hook was dealing with that, and I gave a lot of examples of why in Black Holocaust, and yeah. So again, I'll let you guys check that out.
Spiritual warfare. I swear that life ain't fair. Sometimes I can feel it in the air like beans. By all means, I'm guaranteed to take it there. Hear the screams of the deceased people. You know the people that pass, the outlast, the greed and evil be the task. The 9 blast, another dead in the streets. Over walls to make a way for his family to eat. And over cars behind bars to be a blessing to be. Left in peace so he can deal with the inner beast. To say the least, I see the demons on my block smiling. Having having fun until somebody go and get a gun. Full of that liquor, now you figure what's the outcome. Trigger squeeze, another black mother on the knees. Nigga,
yeah, so that was Black Holocaust, man. That's one of my joints right there, for real. I put my heart into the album, y'all, for real. So everything I did, I put my heart and my thoughts into the album. So yeah, so everybody that's here listening with me, man, I appreciate it, man. If you enjoy something, man, share that thing and let your people hear it. Again, it is free. You can hear it anytime you get ready. The link is in the descriptions below. Right. So we'll move forward, man. So number 4, Confirmation. Confirmation is one of my songs that I had an opportunity to have a little bit of a lyrical exercise on. So I went into the whole rhyming bag of mine that I had at the time anyway. I feel like I'm an evolving artist, so, but at that time I felt like, you know, let me go in here and write the best verses I can write for this particular beat, because I was an old school remix of a beat, if it wasn't the exact same beat. And I wanted to make sure that I'm gonna rhyme again, just like I did the Presidents. I got to rhyme again on this old beat, man. So I tried to make sure that everything I said on Confirmation was kind of jabby and punchy and jumpy a little bit, jump outside of my comfort zone, but when it comes to the flow, but the content, always been with me. So yeah, so I'm gonna let y'all check out Confirmation.
Yeah, it's the mind of a madman, sort of like Einstein. Between genius and insanity lies a fine line. It be building up the man in me heavy when I rhyme, pushing weight like a felony headed for mad time. See, I'm comparable to MJ in his prime. Think I'm giving up the crown for America's past time. My best days still ahead of me. I see my prediction. Nostradamus with the mental precision. My intuition keep on guiding me like God's GPS, and I be messing up my blessings every time that I stress. I read my final chapter, my book of life I win, and
Confirmation. That's all it is to me. I don't got time to be talking to nobody. It's all about the confirmation to me, baby. I am in my head, my spirit, baby. So yes, sir. So yeah, man, that was Confirmation. So again, one of my opportunities to have a little bit of lyrical fun, man. So I like that joint. So yeah, my oven still preheating, man. We on 395 right now, man. So yeah, it's almost there. And when it gets there, I'm gonna go ahead and take my crust out and get my tomato paste spread out on those things real good. And before I do that, I'm gonna put a little bit of oil on it too. I think I'm out of olive oil, but we got to do what we got to do. I'm gonna take a little bit of the chicken grease oil. You know how we do. You know where I'm from. So I put that chicken grease oil on this thing and make sure it don't stick to my pans and everything. It's gonna be okay. Grandma would have did it. All good. So yeah. So yes, sir. So we'll go ahead and get into my next song, man, on the album. Now, the name of this song is "It's All Good." It's a little special to me. This one, I decided to take an opportunity to shout out all of my cliques and families and everybody that one time shared a dream with me when it came to making music and making that, and being there with me when it came to making music. Like, I had people that was in my corner that was like, "Hey, let's do this." And so when I had an opportunity to actually do it, I wanted to make sure I let them know the love that I appreciated it from them. So I gave them an anthem to me. I gave them an anthem. So I gave my hood a shout out. I gave my clique a shout out, my label a shout out, and also one of our sponsors, HYROGLIFIX clothing, a shout out in that particular video. And then the kicker with that is that I just started getting videos for my music. So I have a video for that too, man. So if y'all gonna hear the beginning of this song, check that out, but you gotta check the video out, man. It's pretty cool too. I have a couple of videos for these songs, man. So y'all wanna make sure y'all check the videos out at the same time. And then always, if you wanna check the clothing line out, you can check it out below as well. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and get into "It's All Good," quick little sample. And I'm gonna go ahead, and I got maybe not too long for my oven to go ahead and bomb. And when it bomb, we can go ahead and get the thing here going on. So we'll get it together, man. So yeah, man, so y'all check out, man. Y'all go ahead and check out "It's All Good," man, and we'll come right back.
raise your L and raise your glasses. A new king been crowned, I be amazing myself. I put it down with the best of them, fuck the rest of them, cause they whack and I'm putting the whole culture and sounds up on my back. This is God's son. Don't get caught up in no shit. Got niggas thinking my flows has really been heaven sent. I was sent with the purpose, only to represent. Died for your sins, now it's time for y'all to repent. All the years spent finding my way.
Thank y'all for coming back to Cookin with King. Yeah, so I went ahead and I put the oil on my crust. But while I was doing that, I got this idea like, I know my mama's chicken oil is gonna be a nice flavor on the crust, yes, because it got that, you know, that flavor now. I fried chicken and stuff in there. It's in there. So, but what if I take this to another level? So, what I did was I quickly took some butter and I took some garlic pepper sauce and I made a quick little sauce and I rubbed that on the crust. So I took a brush and I rubbed that on the crust. So now we got like a buttery, garlicky, tasting flavor type crust. So yeah, so I'm excited about that. So yeah, man. So thank y'all for coming back again. Y'all just got to checking out what It's All Good, man. Again, and that was just the introduction to the verse. Now y'all go ahead and check out the video. Now next song on the list is going to be Down for So Long. The Down for So Long is kind of so it's kind of my first attempt at singing on a hook, which was kind of crazy because I never tried to sing, but I want to. I wish I could sing like, you know, your favorite artist, but no, it ain't true. But I do like to experiment with it when it comes to the music because it's again, it's music, so you're supposed to have fun. So I'm having fun and I'm trying to evolve and be a better artist. And singing was something I thought I would try. So I remember trying to sing the hook on Down for So Long, and my nephew actually mixed me up pretty good. But I actually recorded this whole album at my apartment. That was like just me, and it took me a year and a half to record Lazarus. And so I originally recorded the vocals at my apartment myself, learning how to do all of that for the first time. Never done none of that. If I knew how to do that, then I would have had 15, 20 albums out by now like everybody else does. And then back then, it wasn't a digital era, so everybody couldn't go download some type of program to record and trade music and trade files, and everything wasn't digital. So it was a lot more difficult to get on back then and to like create something from nothing. But people did it, and I applaud it. But if I could have did it back then, like I did it now, because I actually recorded that whole album myself. I wrote the whole album myself, and then my nephew mixed and mastered it to my nephew D for doing that for me, man. So yeah, so Down for So Long, I tried to sing a little bit and kind of explain to my people and me and myself at the same time, because I be discovering myself in the music at the same time I write it or record it. So I was trying to explain myself, the plight that people like us have to go through, or people like me have to go through, just historically. So I try to put it in songs so where people could kind of immortalize some of the events that might be causing things that's on a lot of people's mind, but a lot of people might be scared to talk about. But I talk about them because they are the things that kind of help you grow as a person, in my opinion. So we can choose to focus our attention on a whole bunch of other things that don't grow us as a person. So these things are happening in the world for a reason. So if they're for a reason, and even in the despair of things, then you have to try to find some type of way to get a lesson out of that and build yourself up and to kind of educate somebody next if you have an opportunity to learn a lesson from that experience. And that's basically what I do, man. I try to do anyway, and I do it through my music. So checking my oven. My oven kind of banged a minute ago. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put my pizza sauce on my crust. It's been sitting there for a moment. And go ahead and build this thing up, man. Really, I think I really don't have a what. I think I'm gonna do one more song, and then let y'all break it up into 2 pieces, man, because I ain't trying to keep you guys too long. So I'm gonna go ahead and build this whole thing up, man. I'm gonna build it up, and get it in the oven. Then I'll come back and I'll give y'all my last song, my song number 7 on my album, and then we'll come back from there, man. But again, thank you guys for taking the opportunity, just chilling with me, man, and talking with me, because it helps me. So
one of the trillers to do it, whoever knew it. I do this coming straight from the south and spit the truest, the true and living. See, I'm God in the flesh. Can't stop me from spilling knowledge, but them devils do test. I was blessed with a gift. My spirit is open-minded, writing words, give a lift. I'm hoping that you will find it. It started with the knowledge itself. I got exposed to and started seeking knowledge for self like I'm supposed to. I learned that life is a school, so get your lessons if you study.
Yeah, man. So that was down for so long, man. That's one of my first attempts to try to sing a little bit, man. So if you didn't like the singing, I can appreciate it. Just though it was my first attempt, I was so anxious to be able to put the songs together. I would love to have got somebody that could really sing on those hooks, but I wrote those hooks. I just couldn't get nobody to help me sing them. I did on one song on the album. I had some vocal help from, background vocal help from one other guy. But other than that, I had to do it myself. But I heard like singing hooks on these songs when I was writing them, and I wish I would have had somebody that I could be like, hey, just come through and sing these hooks for me, but I didn't. So I had to do what I had to do for the first time in my life, and then that gave me the opportunity to share with y'all what I'm sharing with now, though. Because if it wasn't for me just taking the bull by the horns, if you want to use that cliche, and actually doing it myself, then I wouldn't have no proof that anything that I ever said when it came to me being an artist ever exists at all. But now we do. So at the end of the day, you know, it's there. The proof is there now. Lazarus is here, and King Yahi made an album, no matter what anybody said. And that probably won't be the first time you hear me say that during this whole little episode. And again, it's a 2-part episode, but for real, it means a lot to me that you guys take an opportunity to at least be with me, check out my cooking, seeing that pizza, right? That thing look good. Well, I can't even wait for it. It's going down. But yeah, so it's in the oven now. So I got to sit in. I don't know, I ain't even gonna time it. I'm just gonna take an opportunity to keep peeking that door every now and then. And when I see that cheese getting right and that bread getting right, I'm gonna pray that crust get done though. That's what I'm gonna pray. I might have to take it and put it on a lower rack so I get some direct heat and get that crust done right quick, because that cheese and everything gonna go faster than that crust. But I'm my first time doing it, to be honest. So I'm gonna figure it out. Right now it's on the top rack, so I think I'm gonna put it on the bottom rack. I'm gonna shock the dough right quick, that crust, with some quick heat, because it's 450 and it's hot. It got me sweating. So it's hot enough. So I'm gonna shock that crust with this 450 heat. And then I got it right down on the top. So I'm gonna set it down on the bottom and let it go ahead and see if I can get that concentrated cooking on that crust. So it's an art to it. It got to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and figure it out, and we'll figure it out. So while that's doing that, and I figured this whole process out, I'm gonna let y'all know the last song on my list right now for today. Now I'm dropping my album. I'm dropping the list of songs on my album today. I'm only giving you half. I'm gonna break this into 2 pieces, and then I'm gonna give you the other 7 on my next episode. Which means I gotta cook something else, so I don't even know what I'm gonna cook. But we'll figure that part out too. So yeah, so the last song on the album is actually what I consider to be or this list, I consider to be a title track. You know, back in the day when artists used to make us an album, they used to have a track, like the album would have a title, and then it was like the album would have a theme, and then it's probably like one song in there that they dropped a video for that represented the title or the mood of that album. And so when I did this right here, Still I Rise, it's referring to the whole Lazarus scenario of being resurrected from the dead, quote unquote. Again, from those mistakes that I made, that I feel like I was blessed enough to be able to make it up from or out of, at least get my peek out the hole at this point. Life is better than it used to be, so it can be a whole lot, but better than then. So, but it had to be glorified because for me to be where I'm at now, and like I say, these songs are pretty much talking about my past. So your first album, it's 15 through whatever. You know, in my case, you know, it's your whole life condensed into this one album. And in this case, 14 songs. So I had to give you the entire portion of who I am as an artist on the album. So I'm going back and I'm listening to it now, and I know that I've grown as a person and definitely as an artist. So it kind of intrigues me to where I'm gonna go now as an artist. But reminiscing on this and then putting these visuals out for, like these videos are a big deal to me. So we're dropping these videos and getting visuals to the song. So to see all that come into manifestation, it's a big deal to me, man. So again, appreciate it. So I'm dropping the last song on the list tonight. It's probably about half. It's definitely half of my album. Then I'll come back. My piece is cooking, man. So I'm gonna have everything cooking. When everything get through cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out. Of course, get all the final shots and everything on the final product. Should be great, man. The game about to come on. I think it's already on, so it's gonna be a great evening, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all hear a little bit of Still I Rise, man. And I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it. I'll go ahead and wrap it on up. So again, thank you for taking the opportunity for coming with and chilling with me, man, on this nice Saturday night, cooking with King. And I am again King Gaddy. And again, peace and love to everybody. Peace.
Knowing I've been down for a while, but every now and then you see me smile. In this world as a black child, the world made me foul. Consequences of my own action. There was nobody to blame, dealt with the pain from playing the devil's game. Was a fool but didn't know the rules, didn't have the tools, didn't know that I didn't have to lose. This if I choose to follow the ways of the divine master. Send spirit, open mind so I can find faster. Then I can hear it, seeing signs with my eyes closed. I've been exposed to the light, it shines bright. Take flight through heaven's doors, had a chance to meet my maker at last. Explain I got a task upon this earth since birth. See if I pass, heard the blast and felt my body again. Feeling forgiven for sin and then reminded again. Voice in the wind telling me to go continue my path. I'll always be by your side. Go ahead and open your eyes so you can ride.